In group sessions, some things stand out more than others. And when people are all in the same room, whether you're the object of the intention or not, you're still receiving.
Okay.
So that's how they were. Everyone gets worked on individually, but at the same time. So, Tatiana, I'm going to give you a chance to share your screen, and while you're doing that, I'm going to get the table ready with crystals on the table.
So, for those that don't or watching on the recording, I'm Tatiana August. I'm an animal communicator and energy healer, and I created a space to help you deepen your connection with animals. So, this is a monthly membership for animal lovers who feel called to understand animals on a deeper, more intuitive level and strengthen the bond you already share. So, inside the circle, you'll learn to listen more deeply, trust your awareness, and grow your connection with animals at your own pace in a welcoming space. No prior experience is needed. You are welcome exactly as you are. So this is the monthly flow. For week one, I release a connection deepening tool where you learn, practice, and integrate the information. So each month you'll receive a new practice, teaching, or guided experience designed to deepen your intuitive connection, strengthen your communication skills, and enrich your understanding of animals on both an energetic and emotional level. And these are pre-recorded PowerPoints. So sometimes you'll get a handout or a worksheet when it's helpful, but you can revisit this material anytime and integrate it at your own pace. So that's week one, the connection deepening tool. And then on week two, you have the featured animal teacher live on Zoom. So this is typically held the second Saturday of each month at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, or 12 p.m. Eastern Time. It's approximately 1 hour, and each month, one member's animal is chosen to be our featured animal teacher. So it's a beloved guide who steps forward to help everyone grow. And during this live session, I'll gently lead the group into a guided meditation to help you open your heart and connect intuitively. And this is a space where you'll be able to receive messages, feelings, and images directly from the animal yourself. I'm also going to be obviously present to share insights and feedback, helping validate what you get, what you're sensing. And I'm also holding that sacred space, offering intuitive reflections and sharing gentle guidance or patterns that I notice that comes up in the group's experience. And if you're unable to attend live, the sessions will be recorded for replay. And then week three, we have the collective animal wisdom, which is messages from the animal kingdom. So each month, I will intuitively select a species from anywhere in the animal kingdom, and I'll connect with the collective consciousness of that species to receive and share their messages for our group. So these are insights that speak to humanity, their nature, their sacred relationship that we all share with life. And then you're also going to be encouraged to tune in with that species as well to receive your own impressions and guidance. And you can share what you get in the forum and compare it with other people in the group, observe common themes, similarities, patterns that emerge. So it really helps you expand that level of consciousness. And then week four, I do a group energy healing for your animals. This is performed remotely the fourth Tuesday of each month at 8 a.m. Pacific time, approximately 30 minutes. This is a completely remote group energy healing. So no video and no participation is required. Simply go about your day knowing that loving energy is being directed their way. And each month has a different energetic theme. So you might see, or you might have Reiki for emotional balance, cosmic frequency healing for vitality and harmony, sound healing for calming the nervous system, light language activations for cellular alignment, soul repair and past life clearing, chakra balancing and crystal therapy, and even emotional release and heart expansion. And every month, I also give you a written summary of what the collective energies were that I felt and the patterns that came up. There's also ongoing membership perks. So if you refer anyone to this circle, you also get referral rewards. And anybody who joins, you get things like animal communication session, numerology blueprint reading, a free month of the membership. So there's different tiers, levels that you can reach. And then there's also optional community spaces. So if you want more practice, there's a private Facebook group. If you prefer not to have Facebook, there's a private Telegram group as well. And so for the membership investment, the founding member rate is $22 a month. The regular rate will be $33 a month. And your rate is locked in for as long as you remain a member. So right now, if you join during the early bird special, now through March 31st, you receive a 30-day free trial, a bonus attunement meditation, and a bonus group animal healing session. And the first 8 members who join will also receive a free animal soul blueprint numerology reading for their animal. So if you feel called, if this resonates with you, if you're interested, I will put the link in the chat. And for those watching on the replay, it's soulfulanimalconnections.com. And up here, you can just join the circle by clicking that. Does anyone have any questions? I think I went over it pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, you did. You did. I want to mention for this session, I'm going to be working on both the pets and their owners at the same time. This is one session I've never done before, and it is with the understanding that pets, they move through life, most of them sympathetically, and they absorb a lot of what is radiating off of our body. And in that way, they can become ill from taking on too much of our unresolved grief, trauma, whatever it is. And so the way that I work, I have to speak whatever it is that I am finding, because I can't hold on to stuff. If I do, it blocks the flow of my intuitive process, and then things can't come in. I will do this session so that anyone who wants to receive can receive. Again, I'm time stamping this in the ether through a process I learned in GeoLove, so that anyone who comes across this recording can receive this healing when they listen to it, okay? And I'm going to place everybody in a Merkaba. For those of you who don't know what a Merkaba is a spiritual vessel that it has a 3-sided triangle facing down and one facing up. They are interlocking, and they create a structured environment. It protects you from not taking on any energy from anybody else on the table that I'm working with and working through, and it helps to keep the structure of the healing that you're receiving as well, makes it stronger. So I'm going to get started so that we don't take too much time. And this will last anywhere between 30 minutes to maybe an hour. I'm going to ask everyone who is viewing this video to place yourself and your pet on the table, and I'm going to wait for everyone to show up, so give me a second. And I like to start with an intention, and I'm going to set the intention for maximum healing within the boundary of what Source allows for each individual at this time. And there's something weird that I'm seeing that I've not seen before, because I was explaining a Merkaba and the triangular structure of each interlocking piece. And I was just seeing a triangle at the Earth Star chakra. I'm not quite sure what that is, if maybe someone's having a hard time picturing that Merkaba. not grounding well, so I have to do something. Sometimes throughout the duration of this session, you might hear me talking and might not be able to hear me. I'm activating energy and calling on my helpers to help me with what I'm working with and working through. So if there's something I feel like you need to hear, I'll come close to the computer.
Is it okay if I turn my camera off?
Yes.
Okay.
There was something odd going on with the grounding with the Earth star there, but I cleared it. So at the Earth Star, I connected us all with the undistorted blueprint of Mother Gaia. And at the crown, I brought in 3 waves of white, purple, and gold, integrating that color into all of the layers of your being. And I'm now going to bring in some sacred geometry and activate the violet flame for deep, profound healing. So one thing that's interesting for this session that's coming through is I'm being guided to proceed with moderation. And what is coming up right from the beginning, when I do this violet flame activation, I'm activating it around the table, and I can get a sense of where there's areas that need to be worked on. And so what they were showing me was I did get a signal on the left side of the throat, although I'm working on the left side of the table, and it went past the throat towards the third eye. It's almost like an artifact is what I'm seeing. A blockage, some type of intrusion, something like that. The other thing that I'm noticing is normally when I'm working just on a human, I'm asked to bring in a large number of the sacred geometries that I'm calling in, and this time it's a pretty small number compared to what I'm working with usually. So I'm just going to activate those. Give me a second. And I'm going to bring in some rainbow spheres because rainbow energy is very good for physical healing. I'm finding other areas of resistance. There's something on both sides of the solar plexus area and the lower digestive area. It's not coming in as root chakra, just like a lower digestive type of an issue. And whatever is off to the solar plexus is very much on the left side, and it feels fairly significant. What's on the right side of the sacral feels smaller, but it feels either as important or more important than what's on the left side of the solar plexus. So give me a second. I'm going to clear what I can here. Okay, so here's the message that's coming in at the third eye chakra. It always surprises me how these work out, but I tell you, this makes me want to cry. What was coming in at the third eye chakra is that the reason pets are so loving and want to give us so much kisses is because they can see us in our full beauty. They can see about ourselves all of the beautiful, loving things that we aren't able to see within our own self, but they can see it, and they are just loving on us because they just see us in our perfection. Okay, so here's what's showing up in the throat chakra. On the right side is a lack of definition, like something that's kind of either radiating off of that side, making the definition of the chakra on that side not clear. And then on the left side is an artifact, and what I perceive in some chakras is like a herniation of the left side holds the imprint of that which we do not express, and the right side has to do with speaking and not being heard. And whether this might be the owner, or if you have a tendency to not speak your truth, are afraid to speak your truth, or you've tried and people don't listen. There's a few things going on here. There's the artifact that's there. A lot of times, but not always, etheric artifacts are past life imprints. So it could be like being stabbed in the neck, or I know that sounds gruesome, but there was some kind of impalement that I removed on the left side of the throat. The other thing I failed to mention in the throat chakra was there was the imprint of fear. The heart chakra feels very beautiful, clear. There is a bit of a, which feels like a scab, an old wound, an old hurt, and I clean that up. What I'm finding in the solar plexus, most of it, but not all, is rooted in a very fundamental fear. Some of it, but not all of it, is fear. There is some which feels like a lack of clarity, confusion, what is unknown, uncertainty. That's the word I'm looking for. So I did some muscle testing, and what is coming through is some fear related to the environment. It may be other humans in the environment or just the environment in general, but there was just a lot of fear here, and I pulled in a lot of energy that had been leaked, and I'm cleaning it up, and I'm still working. The solar plexus chakra is a really complicated chakra. Um, One of the things that's coming through also here is food related. If we're a human and our parents were giving us food that we were allergic to and they didn't know we were allergic to it and they kept feeding it to us for whatever reason, then we can have blockages, distortions in the solar plexus chakra. That's also what's showing up here. Okay, this surprised me as well. What's coming through at the sacral chakra is ancestral trauma related to breeding and the fear that has come from the uncertainty of being moved around in your environment against your will. The uncertainty that comes with that. This sacral chakra has a lot of trauma, and I'm being guided to put in a sacred geometry of the flower of life and leave it in place for 3 months. And the way that it works is kind of like how if you've ever heard of stitches that dissolve over time, that's how this works. So I set a time frame, and then at the end of that term, it will gradually dissolve over time. And that is going to help to bring some healing to, there's a lot of extensive trauma in this chakra. It tends to be the one that holds the most intensity of unhealed traumatic imprints, and that's what's happening here. So that's what I'm being guided to do. And if you have any objections and prefer not, just state that intention that you don't want that in place for yourself or your pet. So go ahead and come back slowly back. Bring your awareness back into the room. Call your energy back into your 3D physical body and ground that in from your tailbone into the core of the earth. And just set the intention to align all of the energy centers back into your 3D physical vessel for you and for your fur baby. So I was also guided at the root chakra to also put in flower of life symbol at the root chakra as well, with the same 3 month timeline. I don't ever leave them in beyond this incarnation. I don't like to be responsible for leaving an etheric artifact in place that will follow you through time. So anyway, does anyone have any questions or feedback?
I just wanted to validate something that you had said about the throat, about not being heard, and that was has definitely been a theme in my life, with a family member, and I just keep saying, you're not hearing me. So that was interesting. But I also have a question. Oh, and also, I had just had surgery. I had a hysterectomy, and so thought it was interesting that you mentioned about like stitches that could dissolve, because that's literally what I had, and that was done about 2 months ago, January 23rd. So literally 2 months ago.
There was a lot of harm. Like, I'll tell you, I thought it was going to be the throat and the solar plexus that were going to be the ones that were going to be the heaviest work that I did, but that sacral chakra was really
It was.
impacted.
I had a feeling. Thank you so much for working on that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Because so when I had the surgery and I was recovering, I didn't leave my upstairs area for 2 weeks. And so I had family helping me, and they would carry him up and down the stairs because he's too small for the stairs
Oh,
and he slides on the wood. So, but when he was not downstairs eating or going to the bathroom, he was in my bed with me. So I'm wondering if maybe he assumed some of that. And also, I thought it was interesting about the food, because in the last year I've had trouble with food for him. So I think that's definitely something I'd like to dive deeper in. Obviously not at this very moment, but it was a great call to attention for that, I think.
yeah. It's interesting. What happened at the very beginning though was also really I did every session is always a surprise, but I didn't expect that's what they were that's what was coming through is that that's why they're so loving is because they can see us in our
Yeah,
perfection in a way that we can't see ourselves, and a lot of that love comes from that place. So I thought that was really nice. I didn't
yeah.
expect it. So
That was really beautiful.
mhm.
I have a question. I know you mentioned a few times, what is an artifact?
Oh, so an artifact is something that can be from another lifetime. For example, if you were um, a slave in another lifetime, then you might have shackles at the wrists, the ankles, or the throat. If you were born with the umbilical cord wrapped around your throat, then you would have an etheric umbilical cord. It is, think about the phantom limb theory, how someone who has a limb amputated, they feel like it's still there. And
Hmm.
that's the concept of etheric artifacts. Betrayal can leave wounds in the heart like a knife
Interesting.
or in the
I,
back.
um, I know, so something that I found interesting was, when we were talking about, you were talking about the neck and then talking about the artifact. Um, I think partially, I think the speaking might have been mine, but I'm wondering if the artifact was him because I had had a medium at one time just connect that uh, my dog and I were together in a past life, and he said that he took a wound, like he saved my life, but he died for me. So, and I just kept getting at that time, I kept getting the visual of like a knife or like a stabbing or something. So I'm wondering if that was the full connection. It's
Yeah,
really interesting how it keeps coming back.
it was coming in at an angle.
Yeah, yeah, that's so interesting. That's really amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm always, like I said, surprised at what comes through in these sessions, and I really like doing them.
Of course.
Okay, well, that completes the session for today. Thank you for being here, and anyone else who is watching this at a later time, I did something that's taught in GeoLove Healing called time stamping, where it's a process, and I place it in the ether with the understanding that time is not linear. It's all realities existing at the same time. And you can listen to this recording and receive healing just by listening. Okay?
Thank you.
Alrighty. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.